When talking about biofilms, what are they? So, biofilms are like a slime like material. They are composed of an organic polymer matrix, excuse me. Some of the common places that biofilms are found in is dental plaque on your teeth. So, for example, if you don't brush your teeth for like a day or two, you start to feel like a slimy feeling like in your mouth and like on your teeth, like with your tongue. That's considered biofilm. So more than 80% of infections in the body are made up from biofilms. So one example that's prevalent to me, because I want to be an optometrist, so I looked into it, and contact lenses on the eyeball actually can create a biofilm if the contacts are left on your eye for too long, or if they start irritating your eye or something like that. And they cause a lot of irritation and inflammation if the biofilm does build up on the eye, the cornea, the contact lens, and all of that itself. So when biofilm is introduced to the host immune system, it activates response regulators in the immune system. It either activates or suppresses immune cell activity. So it'll either trigger your immune system to kill something, or it'll like suppress it and tell your immune system to chill out. Biofilm can also act as a physical barrier to bacteria from the immune system and barrier from antibacterials. This is part and why there's no cure for cystic fibrosis, because cystic fibrosis is one of those things where there's a lining in your lungs of biofilm. And once that lining gets in there, it's actually quite hard to remove it. But also, speaking of how to remove it, a lot of medical practices, they try to control it at least. So they try to prevent it from growing, because once it starts growing, it's kind of hard to get rid of it. That's kind of why there's no cure for cystic fibrosis, because once biofilm gets in the system, it kind of stays there and it doesn't move. So some of the methods that medical professionals use is antibiotics. And with antibiotics, of course, they attack the cell wall, and the bacterial cell wall specifically, and they try to kill some of the bacteria from moving and interacting and growing, because a lot of the bacteria use something called quorum sensing. And when they use quorum sensing, that's what they use to communicate with each other. So if there aren't any bacteria there to communicate with each other and use quorum sensing, they won't grow. So that's how medical professionals try to keep it together and under control, at least.